Hi, it's Josh from Under the Table Hot Sauce. I'm here with my friend, the star of the show, Jimmy Farrow.
Yeah, what's up, JB?
Nah, nothing.
It's been a hot summer, and for all your barbecue needs, you can go to underthetablehotsauce.com. 13 unique flavors to choose from, created and bottled in a Long Island kitchen. Underthetablehotsauce.com. Let's go chow, JB.
Let's do it.
All the flavor, twice the burn.
Do you treat your dog as part of the family? Well, so do we. So why not celebrate your pup's birthday with the ultimate party box? Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Party Pup Info, and let us make your pup's party or any celebration perfection.
Straight out of ESO Creative Studios in the Hudson Valley comes the Aftershow. How's it going? This is ESO. I am your host, and got to thank you guys for coming out and checking me out. And first thing I got to do, as always, is send a special thanks out to my friends, Mike, Monty, and Jimmy Farrow. If it weren't for those guys, I wouldn't be doing this. And they have their show. It's called The Monty and the Farrow Show. It is this on this channel. And The Monty and the Farrow Show can be found live every Thursday on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and also streaming on live on the Intuitive app. That's at 9 p.m. every Thursday. They are awesome. You got to check them out. I'm sure if you're here, you've already seen what those guys have to offer, and hopefully I'm going to bring some more stuff out to you. So let's see. Well, first thing I got to do is have to say, Mike and Jimmy, you got it right last week when you said the Road Warriors were the #1 tag teams ever. Yes, I have to agree. They were absolutely awesome. There is nobody that can compare. These modern tag teams, they wouldn't stand a chance against those guys in the past. Definitely agree with you guys. So we did have a couple sad notes this week that I wanted to touch upon. It was the passing of Exotic Adrian Street. I never had the chance to see Adrian Street wrestle personally, but my grandfather, being from England, he had the chance to see Adrian wrestle, and he called him a tough little son of a bitch. So he actually enjoyed him and Miss Linda, and unfortunately I never had the chance, but through him I became a fan of Adrian Street and saw some of his work. And yeah, for a little guy, that guy could definitely scrap. And sad to see him go. And also we lost a comedy great, one of my youth. I got to see Pee-wee's Playhouse and Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and unfortunately, Pee-wee Herman, Paul Rubens, passed away this past week. That's a little on the sad side, and it's gonna pretty sad. As you get older, when you start to see some of the celebrities and some of the people you admire start passing, it really hits home, and it shows age. Yeah, it's one thing we're not going to fight. I see it in myself every day, man. But next thing I want to get into is the SummerSlam. I want to talk a little bit about this card and leading up to it. Oh, let's talk about the leading up to it first. So Matt Riddle losing to Ludwig Kaiser this past Monday was absolutely awesome. I think getting him pushed down the card is definitely a step in the right direction. And also, I have to say that Ricochet is, I didn't get a chance to comment on this last week, but Ricochet is Ricochet on the microphone. He was exposed last week, and I'm sitting there. I really wanted to say something, but I never got the chance to talk last week because I got caught up in some stuff. But I wanted to. He was in the back looking for Paul. He was looking for Logan Paul. That's the wrong Paul he should have been looking for. He should have been looking for Paul Heyman because the dude needs help with promos. If Ricochet had a Paul Heyman, Ricochet would be in that main event picture. But unfortunately, with his promo skills being exposed last week, he's definitely not moving into that main event picture. So, now let's start talking about this SummerSlam card, and the first match on the card, I believe, is going to be Logan Paul and Ricochet. The reason they're going first is because Logan Paul plans to get out of there, jump on a plane, and get over to see his brother Jake Paul fight Nate Diaz over in I forgot. I I forgot where they're fighting, but it's about a 2.5 hour plane ride. So Logan's hoping he gets done quick enough. Gonna run, jump on a plane, fly, and hopefully be there by 11:15 when the first round is supposed to begin. And of course WWE is fine with this now because it's under this Endeavor envelope, and it's a promotion for both sides. So why wouldn't it be? Which leads me to believe that Logan Paul might get his first victory, because otherwise he'd be selling some serious injuries. Yeah, the next match on the card is Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. We know what's going on here. This is a passing of the torch moment. We know that Ronda's about to take some time off, so what better way than giving her friend Shayna Baszler a rub on the way out? Those two have been together for a lot of years through MMA and UFC and other training together and everything else. So not going to be surprised on that. Next one, Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes. I don't even know what to say about this. The reality is Brock Lesnar should destroy Cody Rhodes. In any real sense, Cody wouldn't stand a chance. Brock would tear his arm off and eat it. But the reality is, in this circumstance, the only way Cody Rhodes is going to keep and maintain any type of credibility is if he goes over Brock Lesnar. I think it's going to be an awesome match. I can't wait for it. However, I think the wrong guy is going to go over. I think Brock should be going over, but I think Cody is going to go over. Next thing we've got, what do we have? We have the SummerSlam Battle Royal presented by Slim Jim. I can't really make any predictions on this because we've had two participants announced. That's LA Knight and Sheamus. Out of the two, obviously the more over one right now is LA Knight, so he would be the choice to go over. However, who knows at this point? Who really knows? So yeah, I want to read you. This Battle Royal makes absolutely no sense. There's no storyline going into it. There's no nothing. And this is what the WWF itself says about this. So the biggest event of the summer just got a whole lot wilder with a monumental announcement of a SummerSlam Battle Royal presented by Slim Jim. Superstars will battle tooth and nail for glory in a total free-for-all as they fight off attacks in every direction. A competitor will be eliminated when they are thrown over the top rope and both feet hit the floor. Who will the last superstar of the square and circle be? Find out at SummerSlam. Okay, what is the incentive to win? What are they fighting for? Why are we having this Battle Royal? Is it a $10,000 over-the-top Battle Royal? Is it for a shot at Theory's title? Is it for a shot at the world title? Or is it just something that's thrown together so that Slim Jim has something they can advertise? Like, come on. No. I don't know. It just seems absolutely pointless. Don't care about that one. Next match is going to be one of the best on the card, and that's going to be Gunther against Drew McIntyre. I don't think Drew is going to go over, but I think that these guys are going to beat the hell out of each other. Can't wait for it. The next match, unfortunately, what I think is going to happen is not what I want to happen or what should happen. I don't think Charlotte Flair should walk away with the title, but I think this is the time they're going to give her seventh or her whatever number of titles so she can get closer to beating her father because in world title defenses. But realize if you've had 17 world titles, 18 world titles, that means you've lost 17 times. Instead of holding it for a longer period, I would rather have a Roman Reigns holding the title for 1,000+ days than having held the championship 20 different times. That's stupid. It makes it is what it is. But I think Charlotte's going to go over. I really think that Asuka's been doing an okay job as champion. I think Bianca's the better champion overall, but I think Bianca or Asuka should walk away. But I think Charlotte's going to be the one who's walking away with that title. The next match, I'm going to rename the World Heavyweight Championship the television title. Because that's all it is. It's the old NWA television title. It's not an important title. I'm sorry, Seth. I get you're a fighting champion. Yes. But you're not making it seem special. It is an intercontinental belt. It is a TV title. It is a US title. It's just a run-of-the-mill title. And honestly, I don't care who walks away at the end of that with the title. I'm figuring it's going to be Finn Balor, and you know what? Again, a mid-card guy holding an upper mid-card guy holding a title. What title is that? It's an Intercontinental. It's a US title. It's something like that. It's not the world title. So then we have the undisputed Universal Championship. So these names, what's up with these stupid names? Undisputed Universal Champion, Roman Reigns against Jey Uso. Don't know what's going to happen with this match. I mean, we hear rumors that Jay's going to actually walk away with the title. That'd be pretty cool. I'd like to see Jay do that. That'd be pretty awesome. However, I'd like to see Roman Reigns keep the title for another 2 to 3 years and do his sporadic defenses every few months and keep coming back. As long as he's getting these major pops, I think, keep the title on Roman. We really need that title seems special. The one Seth Rollins is holding really doesn't feel special. So I don't think Jay is. No, I like main event Jay. I don't think he's ready to be the man yet. There's two people that I would put the title on in the WWE right now outside of Roman Reigns, and that's Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. They're really the only two that I believe as these crazy huge main eventers anymore. And I think WWE is realizing that, because now they're trying to push and make push other people's limits and see if they can hold hold it down. And unfortunately, a lot of them aren't Ricochet. But hey, let's hope Jey Uso can make it to that next level, and maybe a couple of these other guys step it up too, so we can have some more competitive world championship main event level matches. But as I said, I hope Roman goes over, but I've heard rumors Jey can go over. That really is it's really just a crapshoot there. But so did anybody have a chance to check out the Dark Side of the Ring this past week? Yeah, they talked about Bash at the Beach, whatever year that was, 1997, 98, whatever, 2000. I don't know, the one where Vince Russo came out and they did the Jeff Jarrett falling in the ring and pinfall, right? Making Hogan just step on him for the to win the title, and then doing the switcheroo, and then Booker T wins the title at the end of the night. It was pretty cool. It was interesting, but it really wasn't that dark, I gotta say. But I am looking forward to this one that's up and coming this next week. Next week we have the Dark Side of the Ring featuring Marty Jannetty, and we will be having a watch along on the network. That's right. Monty, Pharaoh, and I will be live during the Dark Side of the Ring, doing a watch along and commenting on some of the stuff, and some of our own interactions with Marty, and really being there to support our friend, but also the reality is Marty's Marty. You can't take that away. Can't say anything about that. I have to say it's kind of funny. Marty is a friend of mine now, and I'm a little surprised that he's taken such a liking to me. But hey, whatever. But kind of funny. Every couple of days, I end up getting these weird messages in the middle of the night, and him singing something or a weird message or something. But it's always comical. Marty, keep it up. You're awesome, man. And I can't wait to watch that Dark Side next week that you're going to be on. So. That should be a lot of fun. But at this point, let's take a quick break, and we'll be back, and we're going to discuss. We're going to take a walk down memory lane. It's that time again. We're going to take a walk down memory lane with a WWF magazine from December 1987, featuring the Macho Man Randy Savage on the cover. Check that out. Oh, that's even cooler. Look at that with the the green screen. It kind of fades through. Look, I disappear. Awesome. Well, hey, we'll be right back after these messages.
I'm Rosa Mendez, and I'm here at the #1 Long Island broadcast, Monty Pharaoh. I had the best time ever.
Hey, listen, Daddy. You're listening to the #1 broadcast, Monty and Pharaoh, Daddy, in Long Island. The best pro wrestling broadcast of all time, I think.
Jimmy, I got to tell you, man, it feels good to be back on YouTube. It was quite disappointing what happened to us, but we bounced back fairly quickly.
Well, what else would we do? We're almost at 5,000 subscribers.
Well, speaking of that, man, we need more members.
Okay.
What do you think we need to do to get the people of those 5,000 subscribers to come on and join the team as a Monty and the Pharaoh member?
Nudity is out of the question. Any other ideas?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But what I do have a few ideas.
Well, just like Prel, they should tell 2 friends, and they could tell 2 friends, and so on and so on. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Check out all our content.
But that's, you know what? That's why you're the star of the show, because guess what? Members get special content. Even we spoke about it. Pharaoh came to me one day and he goes, man, what's the deal? I can't even watch some of these videos because I'm not a member. And I said, there you go, Pharaoh. You got to be a member because this is what the members get. They get free content
Nice.
that none of the other fans that watch this show get.
That's right.
You get free autographs from some of these wonderful stars that come in, right?
Nice.
All you do is you go to the MNP webpage, or right, our own page, and shoot us an email and say, hey, man, I want a picture of Tommy Rich. I want a picture of whatever. And boy, that's on its way.
We give them their choice.
That's right.
We rock.
We do rock.
And you need to rock too. Join.
And now another trip down memory lane with a WWF magazine from December 1987 featuring the Macho Man Randy Savage on the cover. The headline is Macho Madness, Savage versus Honky. Next, Bam Bam Bigelow, Big Man, Big Heart, Big Enemies. Rick Rude, Heenan's newest henchman. WWF looks back on the year's exciting events and the Slickster talks. Awesome, awesome. As we open it up, there's an advertisement for something I pump up every week. It's those ice cream bars. I wish they'd bring them back. Then we have the table of contents. Around the ring this week talks about Randy Savage and the Honky Tonk Man and their feud, and we'll get a little bit more into that later on in the magazine. Fan forum this week is relatively uneventful, and then on the following page we have a promo for the Pile Driver album or cassette with a free poster, and for $5 extra you can get it autographed by Hulk Hogan himself. Imagine what you could get for that today. Does anybody out there have any have one of those Pile Drivers autographed? I'd love to get a picture of it. So this month we have the WWF's list of its favorite things to do for the holidays or favorite time away from the WWE. For Slick, it's the Valentine's Day. For Lanny Poffo, it's WrestleMania break. Alfred Hayes, Boxing Day, which is December 26th. Sensational Sherry loves every day. King Tonga loves his birthday. Jimmy Hart, New Year's Day. Junkyard Dog, June 19th, because that was his daughter Ashka's birthday, or Keisha's birthday. Rick Martel is Saint Jean Baptiste, June 23rd. It's the birthday of the patron saint of Quebec. And Outlaw Ron Bass loves Halloween. Newsbreakers this month had the Islanders attack Tito Santana. The Islanders assault Tito Santana while he was sitting at the Spanish announce table. That Spanish announce table later on became synonymous with people going through it. But back then, that was probably the first time. And, hey, guess what? It had to do with the bloodline. The bloodline put Tito Santana through the table. Wow, so that's funny. This was Haku and Tama. So next we have the personality profile. This month we feature the newly turned face, The Rock. This is when Don Morocco came back and he was huge. He had kind of parted ways with Jesse the Body Ventura and Freddie Blassie and became the Rock, Don Morocco, the original Rock. Next, we have an interview with the one and only, the Slickster. Nothing really important happens in it. He just promotes his guys. Battle of the Titans this month features Randy Savage versus the Honky Tonk Man. Yeah, this was the build up for Randy Savage to end up taking that title. This was a couple of months before before Hulk Hogan. Oh, before the let's see which month. This was December '87. So this was a couple of months before Hulk Hogan lost the title to Andre the Giant, and then him declaring it, giving it to Ted DiBiase, and then it becoming vacant. So this was the beginning of Savage's big push. Next, we have the 1987 year in review. So the big thing was Hulk Hogan beats Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3. And I can't believe that was so long ago. Next, the Honky Tonk Man takes the Intercontinental title from Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Yeah, that was one of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time, and he'll tell you himself that he was the greatest. Bam Bam Bigelow, the battle for Bam Bam. When Bam Bam Bigelow came into the WWF, he had all the managers clamoring for him. Mr. Fuji, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Jimmy Valiant, Slick, everybody wanted him. And he ended up choosing Oliver Humperdinck. It was a really, really similar angle that they had done with Randy Savage back when he came in, when they had all the managers in the ring pining for him, and then he brings in Elizabeth as his manager. I think Randy Savage brought in the better manager. Nothing against Oliver Humperdinck, but I liked Liz a little better. The Hart Foundation win the tag team titles from the Dynamite Kid and Davey Boy Smith. Roddy Piper retires, and Ken Patera returns. And they really tried to make Ken Patera into this clean cut baby face, but we all know what he had done a few years before. They were really trying to play up the Olympic hero angle, and it really, the fans were not buying it. Sensational Sherry ends Moolah's reign. This is kind of funny because they do not mention Wendy Richter anywhere in here. They talk about how the Moolah had held the title for the longest time, with the exception of a couple of times. She held the title for 37 years, and now Sherry Martel ended that reign. Sherry hadn't even held the title for a year. Wendy Richter had held the title for a year. It's funny. So next, Slick signs the one-man gang. This one-man gang came in and he was pretty dominant, but unfortunately, pretty soon after that, they gave him that Akeem gimmick, which we really could not get away with today. There was a new dream team created when Brutus the Barber Beefcake turned face, and that was Greg the Hammer Valentine and Dino Bravo, and that tag team was very, very, very short-lived. And then the $1 Million Man himself enters the WWF. We know what kind of impact he ends up having. Bobby the Brain Heenan signs Rick Rude. The Islanders shock everybody by joining the Bobby the Brain Heenan stable. Acid Smash Demolition became such a dominant tag team. And there was just so much. The Strike Force, the Hart Foundation. There was just so much. What a great year in wrestling 1987 was. That was the year of WrestleMania 3. Next, we have Bam Bam Bigelow, who has too many enemies, and that's because of the way he came in. He came in as a face, and now he had all the heels were after him at that point. Ravishing Rick Rude was Bobby the Brain Heenan's newest assassin, and we know what became of Rick Rude, and kind of pushed Paul Orndorff to the side. So next we have Strike Force, better all the time. So this newly formed tag team of Strike Force, and they were formed because the Can-Am Connection, Tom Zink disappeared, and they had to do something. So they brought Tito Santana and Rick Martel together, and they became a pretty good tag team as Strike Force. So wrestlers rebuttal this month. Paul Orndorff says, "Why I fired Bobby the Brain Heenan again." Paul Orndorff went back and forth so many times between 85 and 87. Nobody knew which way he was going, and soon after this, he was gone out the door. Caught in the Act this week features the one and only King Kong Bundy, and what is he holding? He's holding the ice cream bars. That's right, those ice cream bars should be brought back. King Kong Bundy, if he were here today, he would agree with me. So On the opposite page, we have Coliseum is releasing 3 new WWF videos: the history of the WWF Championship, the Ken Patera story, and the best of the WWF Volume 13. And these were only $59.95 per video cassette, plus $3 postage and handling, and be prepared to wait 4 to 6 weeks for your delivery. On the back of the magazine, we have the LJN Stretch Wrestlers featuring King Kong Bundy. The LJN wrestlers were absolutely amazing. It's crazy how much some of them are going for nowadays. A Blackheart Andre the Giant, and the King Kong Bundy thumb wrestler. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's such a rare thing. They don't even know what it's going to go for the next time it comes up for auction, which is pretty crazy for a little thumb wrestler. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy going through these magazines as much as I do, and we'll be right back to close out.
Sir,
Ah.
Manscaped.
Uh-huh.
Have you tried the new equipment that's been sent?
I'm afraid because it says weed whacker. I'm scared.
Maven, Manscaped. What are you thinking about
Love it.
Manscaped, dude?
Love it.
What do you use it for?
Necessity. What don't I use it for? Put it this way. The only hair I have on my entire body is these eyebrows.
Yeah.
That you see. These caterpillars racing to the middle of my nose. That's it.
That is it.
That's all I have. And that's all I want.
That's the
So
big-
Manscaped is a must.
We were talking before the show. There's nothing worse than just hair.
Yeah.
Right? Hair on a woman, hair on a man. It's just bad.
Absolutely. And it's the one thing that the older I get, it starts growing more in unwanted areas.
Absolutely.
I hate it.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
Just going to go out there.
Oh, boy.
Go for it.
You're doing a deed.
Yes.
Again, I don't want you to have to admit this because as men, we try not to admit this. But if you're going to
Oh,
go
I
do
know
the deed
where-
on a woman,
I know where
would you
he's
rather
going.
have her be hairless or a little hair, racing stripe, or
Racing stripe.
full retro bush?
Well,
Racing stripe.
Retro Bush is out.
Yes, thank you.
Retro Bush is out.
Yeah.
I don't mind a small, well manicured landing strip. Every now and then, if it's completely, and I'm talking like baby's ass bald, then I start. Where is that pedophilia line? I don't want to
Wow.
wander into that.
That's
thought
very
of it like
interesting.
that.
I never thought about that. You're a
Wow.
smart dude. Holy shit.
So if the landing strip is clean enough for the plane to go in smoothly, you're cool with that.
If the landing strip has, like I said, well manicured,
Yeah,
you can see both sides. It's not
Like blinking lights on both sides of that
I
landing?
just don't. I don't want. I don't want the shrubbery going off into unwanted areas on that as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh, look
but-
what you found. Ooh.
I got to be all honest though. Hey, the older I get though, I don't think I can be as
I found it! I found
have
it!
you ever gone down there and she slowly brings down the underwear? Then
What is
retro? Just,
Absolutely.
You're like, whoa!
Wow,
Yeah, I'm
like
46,
it
of
pops
course.
out?
Do you like walk out or what do you do?
No, I muster through. I muster up the courage to get
He's a
through.
trooper. He's a trooper. Gotta give him an A.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah,
There you go.
I hear you.
There you
Listen,
go.
I couldn't
Super
say.
Bush.
I couldn't say. Well, if you have the same beliefs as Maven does, Manscaped could help you.
Absolutely.
The weed whacker.
Absolutely.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I may have to, go in a room, close the door, and hang out with the weed whacker for a little while.
Yeah, I think you're a retro guy, aren't you?
I like 70s adult films, if that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
but
only
with that,
Ron
we're going to take a
Jeremy,
quick
Batman.
commercial break and we'll be
Anyway.
back with this wrestling icon, Maven.
We will see you in a drop kick second.
Drop kick.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the After Show, found here only on the Monty and the Pharaoh channel. Well, it's about time to start wrapping things up, but before I go, I want to go over some of the cool new stuff that we have coming on, and we are streaming live on the Monty and the Pharaoh channel on the Twitch channel. It's going to be starting. It might even start as early as this Thursday. Just keep an eye on the Facebook and the page, and we'll keep you updated when that's going to be happening. I'm going to be doing some video games of the past, and I'd love to have you guys come in and interact and talk about your own experiences. So this is the commercial for it. That's the website if you'd like to go. It's Monty and the Pharaoh, twitch.tv/Monty and the Pharaoh. Right now, I'm going to be doing video games on the NES system, and then I'm going to go on to some of the other systems. I'm going to go by system. I'm not going to repeat games once we start getting into the consoles that had the same game. I might talk about some of the differences between them, but some of the stuff that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking a little bit about the history of the game, the gameplay, its reception, how it holds up currently, and if it's fun to play. I'll tell you some of the games from early Nintendo really are not much fun to play, and it's going to be really hard to play them for more than a half hour or so. But hey, at that point, it's still fun and nostalgic. And I'm going to review each one, and then hopefully develop over the next year or so a kind of a library of these video games, because there's a lot out there. There's almost 500 wrestling video games that have been released across all the platforms. Obviously, there's a lot of repetitive ones between, especially in the last few years, between the three major systems, between Nintendo, Microsoft, and PlayStation. However, there's also a lot of variations and exclusives that are out there, and some really cool, weird, Japanese ones that are out there that have recently been brought over and ported over. So it should be a lot of fun to check that stuff out. Again, that's going to be on the Monty and the Pharaoh Twitch channel. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to do that and interact with you guys on there. And I guess that's about it. So let's start wrapping this up, and until next week, later.